Shalom, beloved. This is your girl Sophia, the American Mariam, and I just wanted to do a quick video. I've done a few North and South Node readings today, and I wanted to provide some feedback of something, few things that I started thinking about as I was doing the readings, and there are. I wish, first of all, I wish I had figured this out sooner because I figured out the North Node, but I just was given the information, not figured out. I was given the information about the North Node a long time ago, but I never looked into the South Node because if you talk with, traditional astrologers, they just tell you the South Node is what you're supposed to run away from. But that's not really what it is. Your South Node is what you're here to heal. And so for people who have been struggling with shadow work, not really understanding what it is they're needing to accomplish, or for people who they don't know what their why is, like why they're here, what they're here to do, what is really prevalent in their life. Um, it's okay. Give me this. I'm sorry, boy. You about to? Excuse me. And look at that. Can you go show that to the papa? Thank you. Okay, sorry. If you've been struggling to figure out why you're like what you're here to do, what is your purpose, and then like just in general trying to address shadow work, that is what your South Node is. Your South Node is your shadow, and I don't know why no astrologer has ever put it like that before, but that's really what it is. Your South Node is your shadow. And if you are able to figure out what is causing your shadow, then you can also heal it. But you can't heal something you can't understand. And with the picture references and stuff like that, um, for example, um, I'll use myself as an example. So my North Node is in Taurus. So that is the Hierophant. And so when I started taking on the title of American Mariam, it was because that is what is required of me. It's required of me by my North Node to be a leader, like, and to really step into that spiritual, religious leadership role. That is what's required. Ow! He just hit me with some tongues. Like my fat. That's so embarrassing. Um, so it's required of me to actually step into a leadership role, a spiritual religious leader, and really be firm in my spiritual religious philosophy. That's what's required of me. And so my South Node is the oh, thank you. Thank you. It feels better. It feels better. My South Oh Lord. So my South Node is the 5 of Swords. And so that means that I can win a lot of battles that I fought, but it might be at a cost. And I have to learn how to accept the fact that I have a philosophy and that, people may agree with it. And I have to also be able to accept people for exactly where they are. Just like, if you are a priest at a church, you can't give me this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you're a priest at a church, you can't judge the people that come in. You have to actually accept them. You have to love them for who they are. When they fall 9 times, you have to, help them get back up the 10th time. And so that's what I have to do and have always done in my own life. When people cross me, I don't, be like, oh man, that person crossed me, I'm going to hate them forever. I never do that. I'm always like, man, I really hope they get it together because, they have so much potential if they would just, do X, Y, and Z. And so now it's like the combining of calling people out when they're wrong and being able to forgive them when they apologize. And a lot of people are not capable of that kind of flexibility, but that's what's required of me based on my north and my south node, so I know that all of the work that I've been doing on treating people based on how they treat me. And so if 1 minute someone's in a bad mood, that's fine. I just, let them be in their bad mood and stay out of it. And if they come back to me and they're in a good mood, that's fine too. And I'm just gonna move forward in my high vibrational energy. And I've always been like that, and that's really what's required of me to heal my south node. And so when you understand that, it's much easier to see how far you've come as far as your shadow work is concerned, and also what areas are still needing attention. And so, if you have been struggling with your shadow work, I gave you all the tools. You can do it yourself. You absolutely don't have to pay me. Or if you want, I can do it for you and, figure it out and give you the message that I get from the spirit. But you can get your own message from the spirit. I just hope that this is helpful for people as a tool for figuring out what is the majority of their shadow work that needs to be addressed. Because the whole thing about this is uniting. We want to unite the north and the south node. We want to unite the mother and the father in our life, because the father is our north node and the mother is our south node. And so when you put those things together, you are able to actually unite them. And so if God is in us and we are in God, if we have these two pieces of ourself, one that we totally ignore, the south node, and one that we completely focus on, then that's out of balance. And that's why there's so many problems amongst our people, and people in general, because they have this idea that for some reason something that you have been given from the other realms is not useful. And I don't understand. It's very weird. It's very weird. You didn't come here without, you need everything that you came here with. So whatever it is, you need it. You can't just be like, oh, I don't need that, let me just toss it. That doesn't even make any sense. And yet astrologers and churches and everything, they just tell us, oh, well, you don't need astrology. And astrologers tell you, oh, well, your your south node doesn't matter. And then tarot readers say, you don't need church. Like, no, you need all of the pieces. Everything that is here on this planet that you can use, you need all of it. There's something for you in everything. And so you have to stop thinking that you're going to find it in one place. So you're going to find it everywhere. I see the Most High in everything I do. Absolutely everything. There's the Most High is there. I see him. The mother is there. I see her. And I'm constantly trying to reunite the mother and the father, because I know if I can reunite those pieces of myself, then that one piece of of the infinite divine all will be reunited with itself. And so that's what we have to understand. The goal is to reunite, to pick up all of our pieces and accept ourselves as perfect. And this is what Mother Mary exemplified. It wasn't that she was a virgin, is that she was without sin. Because what? She knew this. She knew that came here with everything. She had stuff about her. For sure, because, again, back to the icons and all the icons, she's wearing red shoes. She probably had 100,000 pairs of red shoes. You know what I mean? Like, that would be our women. This is how we are. So don't think that Mother Mary was perfect. That's not it. It's that she understood that her job was to unite the mother and the father. And that's exactly what she did when she became the mother of the Savior, the mother of the Messiah. She united the mother, which is the physical being here on this planet, with the father, which is the spiritual. She literally united those things. And so that's, something that we can all strive for, to unite the mother and the father so that they can be together. That's why I'm trying to do it. I don't want the Most High to be separated from his wife, because, she have to be down here with us, specifically with me, helping me work on my stuff. That's enough. That's too much stuff to work on. Let her. It's just too much stuff. It's a lot of stuff to work on. So, I really, I just really recommend that people think about it. Look at your South Node, use the chart, figure it out, or um, you know, I can do it for you, which is not a problem. But I want people to get the information because all of your shadow stuff is coming up right now. I have a friend, all of her shadow stuff is coming up right now, and I know exactly what it is, and I know exactly why it is. That's what this thing is doing, especially in July. And so if you want to get ahead of all of this stuff that's coming out, you really need to be thinking about how you can heal your South Node, not how you can ignore it as if it doesn't mean anything. No, you want to unite. You want to heal it, and you want to unite the mother and the father. And also, if you have not taken my Rhabdomancy course, I highly recommend it because I'm finding out that the ones who have done the karma cleanse are on far better emotional ground to deal with some of this stuff that's coming up, because I'm seeing that a lot of people are dealing with ancestral stuff from before, past lives and all of that. And I don't really have that particular set of issues coming up because I did the karma cleanse. Matter of fact, I did 3 karma cleanses because I wasn't sure. I just kept doing them until they said I didn't have to do anymore. And so, because I wanted to be sure that this was done. So everyone who has done the karma cleanse is not experiencing as much of this ancestral angst as the people who haven't. And so I highly recommend, that's on the website, or if you need a link, email me and I'll send you the link to sign up for that. But I highly recommend you do the karma cleanse. That's in my Rhabdomancy course. Remember, the pendulum is just a tool, and you can use any pendulum, the pendulum is just a tool. Let me just put it that way. So you really want to focus in on trying to, clear out these parts of yourself that are just kind of hanging around with nothing to do. And that's what the karma cleanse does. It ties up a lot of loose ends. So like, I just noticed that people are dealing with a lot of ancestral stuff that it haven't affected me the same way, because I cleared up a lot of that stuff for my between the ancestor money and the karma cleanse. I cleared up a lot of that stuff, so much of it isn't coming up for me right now, which means I can focus on the next step of what needs to be done, which is trying to find the perfection of the Most High. So that's the last thing I want to talk about. What happened with our ancestors when they were in the good graces of the Most High was so long ago. Give me that. Okay. Was so long ago that we really don't have a memory of that. Like, we read the stories in the Bible and they deliberately make them seem foreign and far-fetched. And so I think I've already mentioned this, but I'm just going to go ahead and mention it again. You need to ask the Most High what his perfection looks like in your life. And that way it can be revealed to you, because if you don't ask, you'll never know. And it's going to be extremely difficult for you to find out, because so much of this world is all over the place. And so making the effort to ask the Most High in your prayers, what does your perfection look like, so that you can see that you've always, we use the Wizard of Oz explanation. The slippers have always been on your feet. You just didn't know that's what they did. You didn't know how to use them. You didn't know anything. And so when you don't know something, it's best to ask. I mean, this is all that makes sense. I'm not really, it's not a complicated thing. And then you'll see, the Most High is not like some, thing that's way out there, way outside of you, or something that can only be experienced through some, mystical experience. But it's in practical things, like just being able to, open your eyes, and when you wake up in the morning, open your eyes, move your arms, move your legs. Those kind of things are showing you how the Most High is perfect, but He needs to show it to you. And that's what we, are called to ask the Most High. What does your perfection look like? What does your perfection look like in my life? What does your perfection look like in my finances? What does your perfection look like in this country? And you have to be prepared for the answer, because, a lot of people want to see a lot of pain and suffering. And I understand that. But if His perfection is not pain and suffering, then what? If His perfection is repentance and people doing what they're supposed to do, are you going to be okay with that? And that's a very difficult question to answer, especially if you've been, studying the Hebrew stuff for a long time, and they have a different way of understanding it. And so, this is not, to put anybody down or anything like that, but when you do ask the question, you start to see that there is a perfection in His plan, and the things that you ask for are showing up. I'm seeing a lot of the stuff that I prophesied, stuff that I asked for, it's starting to show up. And it's, miraculous to see how things are playing out, and how I'm, out the way. I'm out of it. And so, we are required to take these things seriously. We are required to participate when we can. And we have to ask the questions. And asking the questions is what will produce the answers. And so I sincerely hope that you all will, consider what I'm saying. And hopefully this will help you with your shadow work, and help you to accelerate through the process of this ascension that is taking place right now. So I am going to make a video about that magical stuff. I gotta go and dig out my stuff, so we'll have to talk about it later. So shalom everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.